said, why this place so dry? No love to find. You're the only one that ever acts kind. They all after me. What's happening? I wish that you could see what I see. Your boyfriend's a douche that thinks he's cool and doesn't deserve a girl like you.
What up? It's your boy Nagato Uzumaki with Ifert, and what's up, Uzumaki gang? Today I'm gonna be doing what if Deku was the reincarnation of the Akatsuki and was cheated on part 3. And I just wanted to ask you guys real quick, should I do some more Naruto what ifs and like stuff like that? And also, I wanted to do some different types of what ifs than that where Deku's just like a villain or a vigilante. I have this one I'm working on, and I'm pretty sure I uploaded that yesterday. But so to part 3, I'm pretty sure okay, so Deku's in his new base chilling, and so this time All For One didn't get beat as badly. Like, he still got beat, but this time he's gonna get out. And so once All For One gets out, he tries to find this new villain that supposedly took the #1 villain spot from him, right? So he's looking and looking, and then he finds Izuku in this kind of a bad part of town, like just chilling in an apartment. And so he looks at him, and he sees like this skinny kid wearing a black and red hoodie and black and red clothes. And so he thinks it's gonna be easy, and that he has like some quirk that makes people scared of him. So he busts through Izuku's window because he has a flying quirk, and so he grabs Izuku by the neck, and then Izuku just phases through it and says, "Oh, you're all for one, right? I can beat you again." And then what he does next is he punches All For One, or no, like he grabs hold of All For One by like his like the front part of his suit, and then sucks him up into Kamui. And then once he gets there, he summons the statue of the Ten Tails, and All For One, before the hand could crush him, it lifts All For One lifts up the hand, and then Izuku charges him with Samehada, and if that doesn't work, he also has the third Kazekage puppet ready to summon too, and also he's also readying his Rinnegan because it takes him some time to activate it, and so before All For One could completely lift up the hand, because he had like a whole bunch of strength quirks too. The hand was pushing back down on him, and then he looked over and he seen a gigantic sword in what looked like was wrapped in like a paper or something, hit him in the stomach, and he went flying back. And then Izuku did a universal pull on him and pulled him back out of Kamui's dimension, and then he did planetary devastation. And then that's when people really took notice of the fight, because a gigantic meteor came out and dropped on a big part of town. So a whole bunch of heroes went over, and they saw Izuku fighting All For One, and Izuku was using all of his abilities. Like, he was going in and out of the ground. I'm pretty sure Black Zetsu, he has the ability to take over people's bodies. He kept trying to take over All For One's body, and he was able to do it for a few seconds, but then All For One got him off. He was using like the Joshin ritual effect. He was using Samehada. He was using Kamui to dodge All For One's attacks and like go through them. He's using Rinnegan abilities. He was using Konan's paper to fly. He's using Itachi's visual genjutsu to trick him. when he was actually about to get hit to hit something else, like just the ground or a wall. He's using Sasori's third Kazekage puppet and his 100 puppets, like 100 human puppets. He's using Detera's clay clones when Itachi's visual prowess started to wear off. And he was also using Kakuzu's uh earth earth morph when All For One finally started to realize what the clay clones were and which ones were the clay clones. So he's basically using all of the abilities, all of them, and he was beating All For One, and All For One was actually also getting a few good hits in. And then so All For One did the punch he did it against All Might, except Izuku convoyed behind him, swung Samehada at his head, and then once All For One was about to hit the ground, he popped up out of the ground, and you know when Jiraiya was fighting Pain and got choked? It is kind of like that. And then I'm gonna say Izuku created a whole bunch of clay clones that also were using Rinnegan, which is how he uses the six paths. Sometimes, like sometimes he keeps his abilities in his body, but then sometimes he transfers them to clones, and then the clones stabbed All For One, like how they stabbed Jiraiya, and then All For One tried to touch Izuku to get his quirk and take it, and like take all his abilities, so he could beat All Might. Uh, but it didn't work. So, um, uh, One For All is now dead, and um, and so when All For One is dead. So when All For One broke out, it caused like a massive like a prison break, and so that means Fem Overhaul, because that's the ship that I decided for, broke out, and so uh, since she's now out and now the leader of the Yakuza again, she realizes that she can't be the leader forever, and like one day she'll need a successor, and so she escaped. She found like a new disguise, uh, and so oh, that's my pizza. But so she found like went out in normal civilian clothing. Mm. So she went out in normal civilian clothing, and she was walking past the store when she saw the fight, and so she decided that Izuku uh would be a good successor. And I'm gonna say in this one, instead of the truck getting like attacked by the League of Villains, it didn't get attacked, so she still has her hands, and so yeah, that's where I'll be leaving it off. Female overhaul looking for Izuku.